Hey dragons, welcome back to my YouTube. Today I'm here to show you all how I take my second life pictures. This video was highly requested, like lots and lots of my followers have been asking me how I take my pictures, how do my pictures come out so clear, and today that's what I'm going to be showing you. Hopefully this answers all you guys' questions, and in part 2 I will be showing you guys how I edit my pictures, but let's get back to the video. So, to start off, this whole process takes 5 steps, 5 easy steps that I think that you guys can master. The first one would be my picture settings. The second step is posing / background. 3 is having inspo and an idea. 4 is graphics, and 5 is taking the picture. So we're going to start with the first step, and it's picture settings. So first things first, if you didn't know where the picture taking button is, it's right here. It's called snapshot. You can also use Control-Shift-S to take a picture, but easier just using this button right here on your interface. And as you can see right here, I have my picture settings. The most important part is the width and the height. I use 5,000 by 7,000 to give it an iPhone type of look, and I make sure the format is a JPEG, and make sure that it's on custom, because if it's not on custom, it won't let you put in the width and the height. Okay? And also make sure that the quality is on 100. Depending on what type of computer you use to run Second Life, I try to use as much as what my computer can give me. I want the highest of the highest quality picture that I can take. So I put mine on 100, and I also have this checked so I can save it under a file name, and that's just basically my picture settings. So step two is posing / background. So luckily your girl is a pose creator. If you didn't know, my store is I Misbehave, and I create poses. If you want to check me out, this is my marketplace and my store Instagram. You can follow me there, check me out. If you want to use my poses, go ahead. And I'm going to use one of my poses. For example, I had created some new poses. Miss Dang, I think pose number 4 was it? Oh, actually, I already have it open. I'm going to play this pose. You know, when I'm using poses, I use my pose as a base or a foundation to a better picture. I can always improve the pose with something called any pose. I use this very much in my picture taking routine. This right here will save your life. Okay, I can edit any part of my body just to bring more realism. And also I have this tool right here. It's called Let Luca. It's basically called the Let Luca face HUD. You'll find it on Marketplace if you search it. But yes, I use this to edit my eyes, my lips, my mouth. If I want to open it, I have the tongue option. I can stick my tongue out if I want to. My neck, my head, my brows. If I want to look upset or sad, I can change my brows. You know, facial expressions. Facial expressions are also very important for pictures. It brings that other side of realism to your picture. So right here, I'm going to change my eyes to look in the camera like so, or I can turn down a little bit to look down like this. Perfect. Also, make sure that you're angled properly so that if you're looking a certain way, make sure that you're facing the direction that your avatar is looking in. That also brings realism. Also, I think the word for today is realism. Like, make your picture look as real as possible. That's the whole basis of my video. So yes, I think I'm gonna take my picture just like this, and I'm going to talk about step 3. Step 3 is inspo/idea. For my pictures, I always look on Instagram, and if I have an idea, I save it or I write it down. I always make sure that it's a good idea. If I'm taking a picture off the whim, I feel like those type of pictures never come out good for me. Like, taking a picture off the fly, they're never really that good for me because it just lacks creativity when I am in a moment of a splurge and I think it's a good idea, but it's really not. I really have to sit down and think, does this picture make sense? You know what I'm saying? So, for the sake of the video, I didn't use any inspo. I'm just taking it off the whim just to show you guys the technical side of taking a picture. This is not something that I will post on my page, but for the sake of the video, I'm skipping step 3. So step 4 is graphics. Since I have my pose already set up, I have my backdrop set up, I'm looking the right way, my head is posed, I'm perfectly fine. I'm going to go to avatar, preferences, and then going to my graphics in general. And I always take my pictures in ultra. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to be going in ultra just because I lag and I don't want you guys to see that. But when you go into ultra, make sure that the transparent water is checked, the bumping, mapping, and shiny is on. You don't have to put on your local lights, but if you want to, you can. I choose not to because the local lights in the game kind of make me look flushed, and I don't want that look, so I turn it off. The atmospheric shaders, the advanced lighting, and the ambient occlusion, I make sure those are all on. So basically all these, except for the local lights. And the draw distance, I make sure it's all the way up. The particle count and the object's LOD is all the way, well, not all the way, but probably like right here. Just to make sure that everything is loaded in. Any text that's in the game that I want to be seen, I make sure it's loaded in, everything. Also, I go into the hardware settings and I put on my anisotropic filtering just to make everything look sharper. If you guys can see the difference when I turn it on and off, it makes your picture look sharper. So I keep that on and I click OK. So after you click OK, you can go in your lighting and play around with it. I personally make sure that my lighting is directly on me. Well, since I'm not in ultra, it's not going to come out how it's supposed to look. But I always make sure that the sunlight, I guess, is very much like hitting my face and that my shadow is in the background. What else? That's pretty much it. I don't really play around with these at all. I really just use this, and this. This is just an easier version of using these. I just use these. Make sure the sunlight is hitting on my face, whatever. And then I make sure that I'm using the right wind lights. You can use different wind lights for the different vibes. For me specifically, I use Breeze Apple Blossom and the Starly settings, and I also use the Kawal settings as well. I don't use anything else, but my number one favorite is Breeze Apple Blossom. So after I set that up, step 5 is the last step, which is taking the picture. So here we go. Clicking the snapshot. And here it's loading. You can see my mouse turn into a little rainbow. And you wait for it to load. There you go. So there goes my picture. I'm going to click save. It says save to computer. I'm going to X out of this. I'm going to, well, actually, this is a number one OG tip, okay? Don't touch your avatar until you are completely satisfied with your picture, because getting out of the pose, taking off any pose, taking off the face HUD, and then not being satisfied with your picture really, really sucks. So make sure you take a couple different kinds of pictures, you know what I'm saying? Take different angles. Like if I wanted to, I'll take another one like this. Well, not really, I don't like that. If I take one like this and then like edit her head up, hold on, click live, and I wanted to edit her head up like this, and then make her little smile or smirk, I'll do that. Take the picture, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're fully satisfied before taking everything down. That is my number one tip, because I have been through it trying to take these pictures and I'm not happy with them, and I basically took everything down or I deleted something, you know what I'm saying? Here goes another picture. Save. There you go. So X out of that, and I'm leaving myself how I am, and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to pull up my pictures that I've taken. So I have this one is the first one that I took. Surprisingly, you know what? I'm going to minimize this. Okay, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to open this one. See? So, surprisingly, I'm not in ultra, but they're actually really clear, and, yeah. Honestly, guys, taking this picture wasn't that hard. It's actually very easy. See, things like this will be on part 2, like fixing the clippings and stuff like that. I don't actually have to take a picture in ultra. It still looks good, no cap. But this is how I take my Secondlife pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, sound them down below in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Part 2 will be up soon, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching.